Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Pagani design PD-1682. And on the website it says it's a Black Explorer 2. So I will leave a link in the description below to the website to Pagani design. You can see this is obviously a homage watch. It's styled after the Rolex Explorer 2. I'm really not sure if it's styled after the latest one or the previous iteration. They're both kind of similar looking anyway, but so yeah, definitely a homage watch. And I'll go over the dimensions of this watch. I think it's pretty similar to the Rolex Explorer 2 in the dimensions as well. So the price for this watch is $139 and it's 316L stainless steel. You can see the bezel is brushed and it does have the 24-hour scaler on the perimeter, and that's to match with the GMT hand here. The watch is, let's see, it's all brushed except for the edge of the bezel here. Actually, the side of the case is kind of like a polish brush combination. It's not really totally polished, but it's not brushed either. It does have a signed crown with the PD logo there, Pagani design. That's the same logo that's present right below 12 o'clock on the dial here. So you can see it does have applied indices and printed text. Looks like a glossy black dial here. So Pagani design, GMT, automatic, water resistant to 10 bar or 100 meter. And it does have the Cyclops for the date window. The Cyclops on this thing kind of trips up my eye, kind of, I don't know, it distorts the date or something, or I don't know, it's hard for me to read. So, but on the camera it doesn't look too bad. It does have solid end links with the male link here, so that does extend the lug to lug. So there's a look at the underside with the solid end link, solid links. It does have a milled clasp, dual pusher deployant here. So it does depart from the Rolex Explorer, and that would have more of a, I don't know if they call it the flip lock or glide lock or whatever the heck that thing is called, but this is different from that. This does have 3 micro adjusts. It also does have this weird stamped sheet metal dive extension. I don't know why this on an Explorer watch or a cave dweller watch. This watch, the Rolex Explorer 2, was designed for spelunking, which is a fancy word for exploring caves. Oh yeah, let's look at this movement again. I forgot the model number for it, but the movement is a Pearl movement. I'll leave a link in the description, and it talks about the movement in there. I'm not exactly an expert, but I would say this is a copy of a Rolex movement. It kind of looks like a Rolex movement, but again, I'm not an expert on that. I think Rolex uses that gear. They use that color on that gear with the blued screw, so I'm guessing it's styled after that. But they do have a custom rotor here with Pagani design on it. So around the perimeter of the case back it says water resistant, 100 meter, stainless steel, and Pagani design. Very easy to read that. Alright, let's zoom out. We'll go over the dimensions of the watch, and then we'll get it on wrist. And we can check out the lume. Actually, you know what? Let's look at the movement here real quick, or the way it works. So unscrewing, it is a screw down crown, 100 meter water resistant. So I'm unscrewing the crown. First position is hand winding. It does feel a little rough, but it's a $139 watch. So okay, next position out, will be, actually let me move it all the way out. We'll move the handset first, so it is hacking. The second hand has stopped. Let me move the handset out of the way. I think I'm in the safety zone now. You're not supposed to change the date of a watch if you're in between, I think if you're in between 10 and 3 or 9 and 3 or whatever. So putting it down to 6 o'clock to change the date. So back in that second, nope, I'm in the first click. So second position here, screwing the crown up will change the date. And then screwing it down, turning it down, we'll move the GMT hand. It doesn't just click over every hour. It kind of glides along. So if you're going to change that, I would do it while you're at a hour setting, perfectly aligned. And then you would move this to, see, 6 o'clock. It can either be 6 o'clock p.m. would be 1800. And 6 o'clock a.m. would be, well, 6 o'clock over there. But let's put it back at 1800. And I'm not sure if I'm in the actual right position or not, but just for show and tell here. So let's push it back in and screw it down. So why is the second hand not moving? I hope I didn't break it. Don't know what I did there, but the second hand is no longer moving. Yeah, so I forgot to mention this watch is loaned in by Chris over at the Watch Lounge, so maybe I'll have to buy him a new watch. Well, this has never happened to me before. Okay, maybe I just ran it out of power reserve. I don't know. I just shook it to the side here, and now the second hand's moving again. Yeah, so that was strange. Okay, let's go over the dimensions. We're looking at 54.8 lug to lug with the fixed male center link. And then lug to lug of the case itself, we're looking at 50. The diameter on this is 42. Case thickness, we're looking at 12.5. And lug width here is 20, and that tapers down to 18. I just want to verify this real quick. Yep, 20 millimeters, or 2 centimeter, I guess. And the crown size on this is 6.9 millimeter. The weight of this watch with all the links in is 175 grams, according to the website. And I weighed it size for my 6.5 inch wrist. I weighed it at 150 grams. So let's get this on my wrist. So you could use this as a analog for figuring out if a watch like this would fit your wrist. You can wear it around for a bit before you make the commitment of purchasing a Rolex Explorer 2. You know, I don't know how much the Rolex Explorer 2 is. I think it's $8,300, 8,000 some odd dollars. I don't exactly remember, but it's a lot more than the price of this. All right, let me zoom out here for a little bit different perspective. Then we can close out the video with the Lume shot. I'm not expecting much out of the Lume, but I could be surprised here. So I would say this watch is too, yeah, I would say it's too big for my wrist. I don't know, it's hard to say. See, yeah, lug to lug on it with the fixed center link here is 54.8, and I have a 52 millimeter wristband, the 6.5 inch wrist. So, all right, let me pause the video and I'll be right back with the Lume. Before we get there, if you could hit the subscribe button, take a moment to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll be right back with the Lume. All right, so on the left we have the Pagani. Let's see, what is this one called again? Pagani PD-1682. And on the right we have my Seiko SKX009. The Lume is okay on the Pagani, but not as good as the Seiko SKX. But you have Lume on the all four hands, and then also on the applied indices. So that will conclude today's video. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.